So here I was with a diagnosis of MS. And remember, all of my symptoms started after I had 4 silver fillings taken out on the right side and replaced with 4 new silver fillings. Let me be clear though, the MS Society says there is no link at all between silver amalgam fillings and this disease. But here I was with a diagnosis, and I was told, if you get worse and when this disease progresses, we will consider putting you on treatment. For me, the only decision was to make myself the lab rat and try something different.
You need to get that out of your mouth, darling.
There I was, having 8 silver amalgam fillings, each containing 50% mercury, taken out.
And go ahead and protect your breathing.
$10,000 worth of elective dental work. How was I going to pay for it?
Breathe in the oxygen for me.
Was this even going to work? It was a total leap of faith.
I'm going to measure the charges on this.
I learned each silver amalgam filling, in addition to containing 50% mercury, also carries an electrical charge.
That's very high.
Which dentists who belong to the International Academy of Oral Medicine and Toxicology measure with special equipment.
Excellent.
In keeping with IAOMT guidelines, Dr. Ada Frazier also used an ionizer to neutralize harmful mercury vapor released when she drilled.
Any mercury ions that escape from your mouth will be picked up by the electrons running across your body. Little finishing touches. Mercury is a neurotoxin.
A blood biocompatibility test beforehand identified dental material compatible with me.
I see these patients every day. I hear their stories. I see how it physically affects them, and it just breaks my heart.
Dr. Frazier describes the first time I visited her office.
Well, I thought that you were a very, very sick young lady.
The biological dentist in Alabama.
Hi, how are you?
And Dr. Michael Bernoulli with the Center for Restorative Medicine in Hendersonville worked together to help me.
And then touch my finger and then go back and forth.
Bernoulli is a doctor of osteopathic medicine who left mainstream medicine after 20 years.
What we're being taught is leaving out at one side, a side of medicine and health that is enormous in its impact.
Dr. Bernoulli believes there are 7 categories of toxins that trigger disease. Heavy metal toxicity from things like silver fillings is just one of them.
Mercury tends to accumulate in the kidney, in the liver, in the brain.
And I believe my brain, which is why I believe my own immune system began attacking the insulation around the nerve fibers in my brain, causing demyelination, making me lose balance, among other things.
She really didn't accept it, which I think has led us where we are today.
Not everyone who has silver fillings gets an autoimmune disease like MS, but Dr. Bernoulli believes plenty do.
How do you just get enough of the obstructions out of the way fast enough and give those cells what they need, those cells to heal what they need to function optimally?
For me,
today you're doing the EDTA. Okay. It's going to be your 5th.
It started with what's known as chelation, an intravenous treatment.
I love these warm blankets.
With 2 chelating agents.
It's like putting these magnets into your system, because remember I said they're stored in the tissue, and so it pulls them out of the tissue so you can then excrete them.
How do we know it's working? Periodic tests measure the heavy metal I excrete. So far, my tests show an elevated level.
There's no way that she would be doing as good as she is today had she not taken this other road.
I've spent a couple of years off and on chelating with kids in tow, more often than not.
I know your kids. I know we've established a relationship. So because of that, it's very rewarding.
Rewarding because I keep getting better.
Whoa!
Today, my symptoms are all but gone. I take a myriad of vitamins, minerals, and supplements to continue the detoxification process and promote healing at the cellular level, most not approved by the FDA.
I want people to know there's hope.
And I do too, which is why I'm sharing what has been a personal crisis for me and my family. I'm a different person, I can tell you, than I was 3 years ago when all of this started. And once again, the MRI doesn't lie. After 2 consecutive checkups, the original white spots I affectionately call my Little Dipper are still there, but no new ones. Highly unusual.
Most people who have MS, they have about 5, maybe 10% changes over time, usually year to year. So if we don't see changes over time, it makes us wonder maybe we don't have the right diagnosis.
This is my 3rd annual MRI, taken in May.
And I'll see you, what, next month?
My doctor will go over it at our appointment in June. If I have 5 consecutive MRIs with no new damage, I could essentially be undiagnosed.
Okay, is it my turn?
It's a miracle I believe in for me
Donut winning.
and for my family.
We had people come into our lives that we had no idea would lead us down the road where she ended up going. But that's where they were, and we feel they were there because of the power of prayer and just asking God to lead us where we need to go to do the best we can to fight this.
Yes. That's been
2 years down, 3 to go, and I think the key for me was catching it early. If you're wondering what my neurologist has to say about all of these alternative therapies and my personal success with them, you will hear his take on my journey coming up at about 10:15. And I have put together a website with some resources that you might find helpful. One-stop shop for you. It is still under construction. Will be finished later tonight or first thing in the morning. You can get to it at fox17.com, click Fox Links, and look for Mercury Mom.